regular part of the team. So we start with Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhav Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandan Braj Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandan Braj Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandan Braj Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanchari. Yamuna Tira Vanchari. Jaya Radha ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापद्गम्भीरं श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदां सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखा विद्यां हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। हे तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिया। वांशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय। So in the last class we started with 5 basic topics that are covered in Bhagavad Gita, the 5 basic subjects. That is, can somebody tell me what are the 5 basic subjects of Bhagavad Gita that we started covering? Count with me then. Ishvara, Jiva, Kala, Karma, and Jiva, Ishvara, Kal, Prakriti, Kal and Karma. Right? These are the 5 topics that Bhagavad Gita is basically covering, and we started with the Karma last time. And we understood type of karmas, 3 types of karmas, and then we also understood that how should we perform our karma. At the karma kand level we can perform, then we are bound in the cycle of birth and death because it is a fruit. We have the desire for the fruit of our action. And next level of doing our duties, our karma, is performing a karma yoga, with which we can connect our every activity connects us to Krishna, so that becomes a karma yoga. In both cases, we are still doing our activity, doing our duties. The only difference is when we are not attached to the results of our karma, then it becomes karma yoga. You see, if we are not having the desire for the result, then we leave it to Krishna. So Krishna is responsible for the result. If we desire the result, then we are responsible for its result. Right? And also we covered that karma is a not eternal thing. Okay? However, the cycle, it's very difficult to break the cycle of action and reactions for an ordinary living entity. But if we surrender to Krishna by performing devotional service unto him, then by his mercy this cycle of karma can be broken and we can obtain Krishna's pure love at the end. So today we will be focusing on the jiva, right? However, Jiva, Prakriti and Ishwar, Jiva and Prakriti, they are very integrated. So we'll be talking on and off about all the 3. So when somebody asks us what is somebody asks our introduction, right? What we say, we all know, right? People sitting over here, they have been coming to these classes. So we all know, we start thinking about our body. I am so-and-so, son of so-and-so, daughter of so-and-so, wife of so-and-so, right? So this becomes our general conception of our introduction. But what happens when, so you see these introductions that we get, are very temporary introductions, right? When we are not born, then also we were something, but as soon as we are born, we become a daughter. My introduction changes. When I grow up a little, I become a friend. My introduction changes. When I grow up, I get married, I become a wife. So like this, these introductions keep on changing. So they're temporary introductions. And what happens at the end, when we die, then we just become a body, nothing else. That becomes our introduction. So this is not really our real introduction, because we existed before we took this birth, and we will exist after we die, because anything that takes birth has to die. Right? So let us understand, first of all, if we are not this body, then who we are. Who am I? This is the most basic question, seems very simple, but very, very important question we need to ask ourselves. Who am I? Because our bhakti starts here. Self-realization. Right? So we should know some introduction of who we are. Right? Like we say, I'm this year old, I'm this. So actually, body plus the soul. When the soul comes to live in the body, then only body starts working. So we are actually the soul. We are actually the soul. See, this body is my body, means soul's body. Right now, soul is embodied in this body. So whenever a soul gets embodied, it becomes a jiva. Now the question is, how do jivas they come here, right? Who brings us here? So these questions we will solve today, right? You see, Ishwar has many energies, but broadly they can be categorized in 3 forms. One is his Swarup Shakti, his internal potency. One is his external potency, material energy, Bahiranga Shakti. And the third one is the Jiva Shakti, right? So there is a Shaktiman and there is a Shakti, right? So Shaktiman has its 3 energies which he works through. So one of them, the Swarup Shakti, is his personal potency, his personal energy. And it is in the spiritual world. So if we divide the whole available space in 4 parts, then 3 parts constitutes the spiritual world and only 1/4 part constitutes the material world. And this Swarupa Shakti of Krishna, the internal potency of Krishna, this is in the spiritual world. Okay? And the material energy, the external potency, this manifests itself in the form of, temporarily it manifests itself in the form of material world. Now comes the Jiva Shakti. This Jiva Shakti is either under the control of, has to remain, it has no option. It has to remain either under the control of the internal energy of Krishna or under the external energy of Krishna, right? So that is why this Jiva Shakti is also called Tatastha energy, marginal potency of Krishna, right? So how Jiva Shakti is related to Swarupa Shakti? You see, Swarupa Shakti of Krishna, let us understand. We are the soul. How old you think we are? How old you think we are? Do you think we are as old as Krishna?
Yes.
Yes? Yes. Yes? Yes. We are as old as Krishna. Krishna is no senior to us. No senior to us. Because Krishna exists from Anadikal. We exist from Anadikal. Anadikal. We are no more junior to Krishna, but Krishna is our father. Still Krishna is our father. So we will discuss like how we energy of Krishna, but still Krishna is our father. How we are as old as Krishna, but still Krishna is our father. But we are energy of Krishna. Now first of all, let us understand. We are the Ansh and Krishna is the Anshi. You understand the meaning of Ansh and Anshi? Part and the whole. Krishna is our Anshi, Krishna, and we belong to Krishna. Let us understand how that works. Look, it is not like a puzzle divided into 100 pieces, so you break the puzzle, so the thing itself is, the original identity of the thing is lost, so you join them and it becomes full. It's not like this. We are Krishna's energy, right? So, just like, the closest example I can give you is like the sun and the sunlight. Sun gives its sunlight, sun rays keep coming, right? But sun's existence is there. Nothing goes out of the sun. Sun still remains as bright as hot. So just like that, we are also energy of Krishna, but we are not like part of Krishna. Like we don't come out of Krishna. You understand what I'm saying? We don't come out of Krishna. We are his energy. We are part of his energy. That's why Prabhupada called part and parcel. We never lose our identity. Never lose our identity. Right? So the Jiva is Krishna's tatastha energy. And it is also the superior energy of Krishna, because it is common with Krishna because it is conscious, just like Krishna. Krishna is conscious, Krishna's Swarupa Shakti is conscious, so Jiva Shakti is also conscious. So you see, age-wise we are equal to Krishna, conscious-wise we are like Krishna, right? But still we don't become Krishna. Why? Because Krishna is our Adhish. Everything works under, whether it is material energy or it is Jiva energy. Both of them, they work under Krishna. They are controlled by Krishna. Jiva Shakti as well as the material energy. Now, the thing is that how do we come here? How do Jiva come in this material world? If we are part and parcel of Krishna, right, then we should be happily living somewhere. If your daughters or sons of king, then we should be enjoying. So how come we, the living entities in this world, we are suffering here? First of all, how do we come here? So how do we come here? Maybe it is some misuse of our free will, that material energy, Maya, becomes heavy on us and we fall into this material energy, right? So some of the jivas, not all the jivas, some of the jivas which come under the control of material energy, they come in the material world, right? They get controlled by the Maya Shakti. Look, Maya Shakti is not conscious, it is jada, it is dead. But since it is Krishna's energy, it is very strong, right? So this Maya Shakti, we come under its control and we start working according to its orders. It binds us in the 3 modes. And we start working according to the mode, whatever mode we are in, we start working, we start desiring, and we get trapped in the cycle of actions and reactions. However, before the living entity comes here, right? Krishna is very merciful. He does send all the instructions how can we ultimately go back to Krishna also, right? So this Jiva Shakti is, the next thing comes, so we know now how old we are. We are as old as Krishna. We know who is our father. We know we come from Krishna, right? We are part and parcels of Krishna. And we know how we are part and parcels of Krishna. We are his energy. It's not that Krishna gets divided. Krishna still remains the same. He is Purna. So what is actually the difference that makes us different from Krishna is we are not Purna. Krishna is Purna, but Jiva Shakti is not Purna, right? We are atomic in size. The Jiva, the soul inside us is actually what? Very, very small. Very, very small. It is anu, atomic in size. Right? How come if Krishna is conscious, we are conscious, we get controlled by Maya, but not Krishna ever? Krishna is Maya's controller. Because this conscious energy, this Swarup Shakti of Krishna or Krishna, he is supremely conscious. But we are what? We are anu. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, it is in Vedas, it is said that Agrabhaga, the tip of the hair, divide it in 100, and then 100 part of that, divide it in 100, that is the size of the soul. So small is the soul. So we don't have that much potency. We are very weak. So we get overcome by the material energy of Krishna. And we fall in the material world. Right? Sorry. But having said that, it's not that all the jivas which are different, which are abhinna ansh of Krishna, they all are in the material world. Some of them, they still remain in the material world. They are still in the material world. So when they are in the material world, they are under which energy of Krishna? They are under which energy of Krishna? No. When we are in the spiritual world, in the spiritual world, the jivas are under which energy of Krishna? Internal Swarup Shakti, internal potency. Look, in the spiritual world, there is no entry of the material energy. Material energy is what? Jad. I told you, it's inferior energy of Krishna. It can't even come in front of Krishna. So, material energy has its hold only in the material world. It expresses itself in this material world. Right? So, in the spiritual world, the Jivatmas living over there, they are under the control of the Swarup Shakti of Krishna and they are enjoying happily. They are called Nitya Mukt Jiva. They are what? Nitya Mukt, liberated Jiva. But the Jiva, right in the beginning from Anadikal, somehow because of the misuse of the free will, some of the Jiva, some of the souls, they come into the material world and they get overcome by the material energy. They are called what? The conditioned souls. They are called what? The conditioned souls. What's the meaning of conditioned soul? What do you understand by conditioned soul? So many people sitting here. What do you understand by the soul is conditioned? We are conditioned soul. We keep saying conditioned soul.
It keeps on repeating the cycle of birth and death.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's one of the attitudes.
It's more pulled to sense pleasures.
That is because they are here and working under the modes. Yeah, they're bound. They're bound by the three modes. You see, when we use the term air condition, right? Air gets conditioned. If outside air is very, very hot, so it passes through some gadget, right, and it becomes cold. So it is not naturally cold, but it is right now giving us cold air because it is now conditioned. It is passed through that gadget, that instrument, right? So this is the conditioned soul. We are naturally, we have some other identity. We are not separate. We don't want to be separate. We want to serve Krishna naturally. But when we come in the material world, these three modes, they condition us. Because you see, this body is what? Maya, material. This body is what? Material. And inside there is mind, intelligence, ego. Right? So our soul is trapped in this body. Right? So our soul has become conditioned. And if I tell you in very simple words, condition means we start thinking that I am the enjoyer. We start thinking exactly opposite of our real nature. Our real nature is that I am the servant of Krishna. But when we come here in the material world, we start thinking that I am the enjoyer. I am the doer. I can do everything. Everything is made for me. This whole material world is for my enjoyment. This mentality comes in us. Wherever Krishna, whatever Krishna has established, whatever secondary creation or primary creation, everything is actually for the pleasure of Krishna. But we start thinking that we are the owner of everything, proprietor of everything. So this concept is actually the conditioned soul. So we become here conditioned. So Jiva Atma is here forever, right? Until it makes up its mind, right, to go back. It realizes that I am in artificial environment and I have to go back. And when does this happen? It cannot happen until we realize that we are suffering in this material world. If we keep thinking that we are happy, right? Because some happiness comes, some dukh goes away and we think that this is happiness. You see, there is no happiness in this material world. In the material world, under conditions, our soul is thinking that I am happy, right? But little bit problem goes away and we start thinking that we are happy. This is the only happiness. It's called flickering happiness, right? So conditioned soul over here, its function is not to remain here, and neither does it actually want. Soul is pure. But since it has come in contact with the three modes of material nature, it has started thinking itself to be the enjoyer. So it's thinking that I am enjoying in this material. And this is what is happening with all of us. So, what else can we talk about? Jiva. So Jiva, there is ever liberated Jiva who are in the spiritual world. There are conditioned Jiva who are in the material world, right? And we Jiva, we have many things common to Krishna. Like I told you, we are conscious, Krishna is conscious. We have some knowledge, right? Krishna has some knowledge. But the thing is, the knowledge that Krishna is Sarvagya, he knows everything. We are Alpagya. Whatever qualities Krishna has, we have, but we have in very minute quantity. Alright? And then we come to the Maya Shakti. So what is Maya? Maya is also one energy of Krishna, right? But this energy is a jada. This energy is inferior, right? So the Maya Shakti can control the Jiva Shakti if it is away from its source, Krishna's. If that is why we are called, Jiva Shakti is called Tatastha. Tatastha means on the Tat, right? Tat means the bank, right? Bank itself is nothing, right? On this side is water, on this side is the land. So either either we are here, right? On our one side is the material energy, on other side is the spiritual energy, right? So this either we are under the control of superior energy or we are under the control of material energy. But there is a chance for the jiva to go back to our original home, to the spiritual world. If we make an effort, if we surrender to Krishna by the mercy of some devotee, if we come in contact with some Vaishnava, and by his mercy we can definitely go back to Krishna's home, our original home, that was spiritual home. But this Maya energy, this Maya Shakti of Krishna, this is what? This is Krishna's inferior energy. But it is Krishna's energy. So cannot be cut by the jiva on its own effort. How can we cut this pool of material energy? Only by surrendering to Krishna, because Krishna says that only I can deliver you from the clutches of Maya. We cannot do it on our own. Right? And this material energy of Krishna is this whole material world. So however we are superior energy, but we have been bound by this material energy, right? This body is all material. We are embodied in this. Okay? And the third, material energy is also eternal. Just like the jiva energy, material energy is also eternal. And the third is Brahm, the Ishwar, right? So the Ishwar, the Brahma, he is the source of all the energy. So when we come here in the material world, the soul comes here in the material world, and it takes a body. Body is dead, the body starts working. How? Because of the contact of the soul. Because soul is a part and parcel of Krishna. So it gets its energy from Krishna, right? And this energy makes even the dead thing start working. And it is this energy only which makes even the whole material world work. Because Krishna himself descends in the material world as a super soul, and the whole material world also starts working. Right? So these are the three eternal tattva that are discussed in Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna tells Arjun tells Krishna in the first chapter that I do not want to fight because I have all these people, they are my relatives, they are my worship, so I cannot fight with them, I cannot kill them. So Krishna gives him all this knowledge about the soul and the body. So Krishna says that any material thing, you see, anything that is material will undergo 6 changes, right? You know what are those 6 changes, right? It will take birth, grow up, produce children, dwindles, and then final change is it dies. So every material thing has to undergo these 6 changes, and ultimately it changes its body at the time of death. Alright? So Krishna tells Arjun, all these people, your kings who are all assembled here, they were present in the past, they are present now, and they will never cease to exist. Right? So Arjun thinks that, but what if like he said that you cannot kill the soul. If at all you will kill only the body, and body is made up of material elements which are temporary anyways. So they have to go anyways, right? So you cannot kill the soul proper. Then Arjun says, what if like I by chance kill the soul? But then Krishna explains to him, the soul is very, very small. So if the soul is so small, it cannot be, Krishna says it cannot be killed by using Arjun thinks, there are Brahmastra, there are water weapons, there are air weapons, there are so many weapons being used because at that time all these sophisticated weapons were there. But Krishna says, no, don't worry Arjun, soul is so small that it cannot be killed. And an interesting thing, soul cannot be killed. Krishna says, nobody can kill the soul. Krishna never says that even I can kill the soul. Even Krishna, if he wants, he can kill the soul. Why? Because we are his energy. Nobody can ever take energy away from the energetic, right? So Krishna says, no Arjun, you will never be able to kill the soul. So then Krishna tells him, this soul, when the body changes, the soul doesn't change. Soul remains the same. We are just changing the body. And you see, in that respect, if you see, we are dying every day. If you see that respect, we are dying every day. It's not only that at the end of our life we die. The previous day we can never get back. Whatever we were 7 years ago, we are not the same today. So that person which we were like even yesterday is died. So every day we are dying, and Krishna says that at the end, the final change takes place, where the soul gets migrated to another body. And this process of migration continues until the soul receives mercy of a devotee of Krishna. So the biggest problem is, our too much attachment in the material world. Our soul is attached so much. We have started thinking this body to be the soul, right? That is where we are wrong, right? Right, so we will stop here. So what we do, these three tattva, matter, material energy, Krishna's Swarup energy, and Krishna's Tatastha energy. All of them are what? Eternal. They are related. We have Bheda Sambandh with Krishna, right? With living entities, we have some things common with Krishna, but at the same time, we don't have those qualities in abundance, right? So we are Anu, Krishna is Vibhu. That's the difference. So we can come under the control of Maya, but Krishna can never come under the control of Maya, right? So this material energy keeps us bound in the material world. That is called our conditioned state, right? And to come out of the clutches of Maya, we have to ultimately surrender to Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji, so much for your class. So what we'll do is we'll now do the kirtan, which is the last part of the program, before Prashadam. So you can all stand, and we can put the chairs to one side. On the men's side, we can put one side of the chairs.